This is Sky World News, our top stories this hour.
From starting out in a local radio station in Watford, Eric Johnson has grown his career in journalism, working across various news agencies, online publishers and television shows. The freelancer has expanded his pool of talents to include newsreading and has appeared on Bloomberg TV and Sky News to read the news to a global audience of millions. We caught up with him to find out what the job's all about and what it takes to successfully report with flair and authority in a fast-moving live environment.
This is Erica Mora
with a special BBC Minute.
King Charles III has been greeted by crowds outside Buckingham Palace on his return to London ahead of his first address to the nation as Britain's new monarch.
He'll be formally proclaimed monarch on Saturday morning in St James's Palace.
Gun salutes have been heard across the country and in overseas territories. India, the largest country in the Commonwealth, has announced a day of mourning on Sunday. The outgoing president of Kenya, Uhuru Kenyatta, said the Queen had been a towering icon of selfless service. Kenya was where she ascended the throne 70 years ago. Good morning, welcome to Sky World News. We start with breaking news from Spain. Catalan police have killed 4 suspected terrorists and seriously injured a 5th in a shootout in the town of Cambrils, south of Barcelona. In the past hour, police have carried out controlled explosions in Cambrils. The suspects were believed to have been wearing explosive belts. It follows the lethal van attack on crowds in Las Ramblas in Barcelona's city centre yesterday afternoon. Separately, 6 civilians and 1 police officer were injured in a second car attack in Cambrils in the early hours of this morning. What promised to be a fun day out at the local park turned into something that left this football-mad 10-year-old girl fighting back the tears.
When I asked to play the game that they were playing, and the queue was a mile long, they said, loud and clear, "No, you can't play because you're a terrorist."
Munce Marcor's father was so shocked and appalled by what happened at Plumstead Adventure Playground on Monday, he posted this video of his daughter online. The park operator, Greenwich Leisure Limited, say they pride themselves on the inclusive and accessible facilities they provide for the community, adding that they are shocked and saddened to hear what happened. I'm Eric Johnson and this is LBC News. The deadly coronavirus has now reached Europe. At least 2 cases have been confirmed in France. In the UK, 14 people have been tested for the illness. All have been given the all clear. In China, the death toll has risen to at least 26, with more than 830 confirmed cases. President Obama has congratulated Donald Trump on his stunning victory in yesterday's presidential election and has invited him to the White House tomorrow. The two will discuss the transition of power. Mr. Obama will discuss the election results at 12:15 Eastern, with Hillary Clinton scheduled to address the nation momentarily. In Iraq, Islamic State militants are said to be using tens of thousands of civilians as human shields. That's according to the United Nations. The UN says it's taking place in and around the city of Mosul, which is under siege by Iraqi and US-led coalition forces. It says IS uses civilian hostages to make sure certain areas are not attacked. Syrian opposition monitoring groups say an airstrike on a rebel-held village in northern Syria has killed at least 23 people. The attack was in the northern province of Aleppo. Another group said 30 people were killed when Russian jets attacked the village. A very good afternoon to you. Well, earlier I was in Marble Arch and I would estimate there were around 1,500 to 2,000 people. Of course, this is a march, a protest. There will be people tagging on and the number will increase when they get to this final destination. I'm currently in Parliament Square, right in the heart of the capital, and any second now the protest will be marching up to this point. Yes, unfortunately, I can report that there are still a number of people who are missing. Earlier, we did have a press conference from the emergency services. They did make clear, though, that it's going to be very difficult to find out exactly how many people are still accounted for, mainly because many flats may have been empty at the time, visiting friends, visiting family, etc. Theresa May has effectively apologised to the survivors of the Grenfell Tower fire, admitting support they received afterwards wasn't good enough. She met their representatives at Downing Street after sustained criticism of her handling of the disaster. It's been announced a minute's silence will be observed across the country at 11 o'clock on Monday morning to remember those who lost their lives in the fire. Earlier, police revealed 58 people are now reported missing and presumed to have died, but warned that number could rise further.